Live.
Not wait.
We're live.
There we go. We
There
are
we
live
go.
now.
We're jumping the gun. It must be all that weight training that we're doing. I have to say, I am loving being back at the gym. Oh my gosh.
Me too.
You
Just
know,
falling
it
in love
really,
again.
well, and it really ties into today's topic because we're going to talk about strategic planning, and we are planning for healthy years to come. And that's all part of strategic planning for your health. And we want to talk about the health of people's businesses. How was that for a segue? Woo.
Awesome.
Oh, I'll tell you, all this pumping iron is making me more ornery than ever. I can't believe it. But let's talk about strategic planning, because I do know that a lot of people kind of fly by the seat of their pants, and they are in the camp of, I hope things will work out. And hope is not a business strategy. Hope is something that you have times where hope is a good thing, but in reality, with business, you want to plan out your success. So let's talk about what it takes to put together a good strategic plan. We're working on one right now for a client, and it's all about a huge project that we're proposing to them. And we've spent a lot of time looking at all the possible opportunities, all of the things that they need to be aware of. So in looking at strategic plans, what goes into a strategic plan?
Well, first of all, I want to say that now is the time for planning for 2024 if you haven't done it already. So a lot of the thinking and the principles behind strategic planning are you want to look as far ahead as possible. One of the things that I always did in creating business plans was look at the 5-year, 3-year, 5-year, 10-year model, right?
Mhm,
You're looking
mhm.
out as far as you can possibly. And I've had people say, but that's projecting too far into the future. I don't want to do that. And, how do you make a dream come true, but to dream it? And it is something in the future. So when you put a date and time on it, you actually let not only your brain, but the universe know what it is that you're looking at doing. So one of the first things to do is figure out how long your strategic plan is going to go for. We're in the middle of doing our own, and it's a 3-year plan, but we distill it down to paying the most attention to the year coming up. And where we are right now, also, we're looking at fourth quarter of 2023 with a plan for that. We're looking at what are we going to do during the holidays? What are we going to sell? What are we going to promote? Are we going to actively do some things out in the marketplace? All of that are things that you need to and want to consider as you're making your plan. And you know what one of the best tools is for creating a strategic plan? Something that you should have with you as you're doing it, a calendar. Right?
Absolutely. Well,
The
and I
holidays that come up, the celebrations, the anniversaries,
absolutely.
your calendar is key to helping develop a solid, and energetic, and a full plan for your business that includes your life.
And I want to add something about the calendar. People can go online, they can Google, holidays and special days and national and international days. And the thing that you want to look at is, do those days align with what your business is about? For example, we have some clients who are very into the nutrition side of plant-based eating. So the days that we want to recognize and acknowledge should really tie in with that. With ourselves, we have a lot of business holidays that we want to celebrate. A great example is what's coming up on the 30th of September, which is international. It's either national or an international podcast day. And that's a great opportunity for us to be introducing a new product. It's a revised and just new and improved podcast directory for people who are in the vegan and plant-based space. We're going to be really pushing it on that day. And by pushing it, pushing it out to market and saying, hey, there's this great resource. Had we not put a calendar together, and you're a master at that, VLynn, I have to say that you're really good about looking at calendars and saying, okay, what needs to plug into certain days. And the 30th of September is a perfect day for us to
Thank you.
relaunch that particular product. And so in looking at your strategic plans, you want to look at the different holidays that are coming up, the different internationally recognized days, and then map everything around that and plan it out accordingly and make sure that it's aligned. And especially when you're working with a team, your team should be a part of your strategic planning so that they have a better understanding of why you're asking them to do the projects and the tasks that you are. Because if you give them no information, they're working in a silo and they're not feeling a part of. The more you can make your team feel a part of, the easier the strategic plans become.
Absolutely. And I love how you really brought in the use of the holidays and bring in personal days as well. Somebody's birthday that you know, one of your mentors or something like that, that's going to give your audience a great sense of the fact that you are human. You know, a lot of times in business, we forego the humanitarian aspect of
Mhm.
showing who we are and why we do certain things. So, and if a particular holiday comes up, speak to it in a way that gives your audience information about how that impacts you. For instance, Women's International Female Physicians Day came up a couple of months ago. And friend did a post on recognizing female physicians and, you know, really giving them accolades as to the work that they do because, you know, for a long time, women were not allowed in this field. And so recognizing them now means something special. Well, they also called out the names of several of these female doctors that they actually knew, that were
Mm.
friends of theirs,
Mhm.
that they could basically give a shout out to. That gives so much juice to not only your social media activity, but to your tribe. People following you will see that and actually align with the fact that you're recognizing other people
Right.
and other things that mean something to you. Now, with that, I really want you to also think about build your business around these holiday opportunities. Because if you have an idea for a particular product that you can market that's related to that topic matter, perfect opportunity. But you wouldn't know that if you did not look at your 12-month calendar ahead of time. Or you would see it if you're going month by month, you would see it a month in advance, and then you're scrambling to
Right.
try and do
Right.
something. Maybe looking at it a year in advance, you're seeing it, it's 6 months away, you don't have anything, but you know you're in alignment with that. You have time to create something that you
Absolutely.
can marry with promoting during that period of time.
Well, and I want to really tie that into when you talk about a year-long plan. Where do you want your business to be in a year, and what's a big thing that can happen in that year? For example, let's say that you're going to do an event, and with that event, it's not just about marketing that event, but it's having other events that lead up to the big event, which all of those are marketing opportunities, and that's a part of a strategic plan. Because again, a lot of times what happens, especially with solo entrepreneurs or even nonprofits and organizations that are literally flying by the seat of their pants, or they've had so much uh, upheaval over the last couple of years because of COVID, because of the pandemic. Things got turned upside down. And some people literally have been stopped in their tracks and they haven't been able to regain the momentum. And so my recommendation, and I know VLynn, your recommendation is to step back and to look at it and say, okay, I've got a whiteboard here. And on my whiteboard, what are the things that I want to see happen? And based on that, where do I want to be in a year? So we're perfect timing that we're in fourth quarter. And then in 2024, what do we want to see happen? And then reverse engineer that. So let's say that in fourth quarter of 2024, you want to do a huge event. And by huge event, 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 people virtually. Okay, that's great. There's what we want to do. Well, how do you plan to get there? And if you've never done an event before, you can't just expect to promote that one event and everything's going to work out. What you want to do is have mini events that lead up to the big event, because with the mini events as part of your strategic plan, you've got the opportunity to promote them, to market them, to gain SEO, to gain social media traction. And all of that leads into the big event. So it's really looking at the big event, reverse engineering it with all the little events that lead up to it.
Beautifully said. And it takes me back to what one of the big things with us is: always have the next thing.
Mhm.
Whether it's an event or you're doing a course or you're writing a book, what does all of that lead to next? And in your strategic planning, that's your big thought. What's
Right.
next? What's next? Okay, if I'm looking 12 months ahead, I see my 12 months out there, and I've plugged in holidays, I've plugged in special days, I've plugged in conferences that I know that I'm going to attend. Even if you don't have the exact dates of them yet, you've been able to plug in the month because they're annual, you know when they're going to come up. Then you can plan on doing things that will strategically and advantageously position you better. And you have time to ensure that you have what's going to be needed. One of our clients does an annual conference in June, and we're going to start working on it in December to let people know, if you want this opportunity, here's what needs to happen, because what we saw happen was people were at the last minute. I don't have this and I don't have that, and I need time for this, and time was short. So you don't want to be caught in that kind of a situation. And it also allows you to be ready when those unforeseen opportunities show up, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely. And you and I, we get pretty excited about the strategic planning. And there are some people that they just can't get behind that. It's not because they don't want to, or they don't know that it's important. It's just that they don't have the skill set necessarily or the patience to do it. And that's when you actually hire consultants like us in order to help you get your plan in place. Now, you talked about having that next thing. Here's a great example. We're launching the directory, the new and improved directory. And I actually should put that on the cover, but it's really exciting because we have 145 listings of podcast shows that are looking for guests. They're active shows. We had one of our team members go through with a fine-tooth comb, check out every listing. And in the process, he was able to get one of our clients several interviews. I mean, just a lot of things going on. Like, you don't do one thing and then you move on to the next. It's like, how can you integrate what you're doing? So with our directory, what we're doing is we actually have a section in there about the one-on-one consulting that we offer. And we oftentimes have people say, I'd like to just pick your brain for a few minutes. Great, you can pick our brain, but it costs. There's an investment. And so what we've done with the directory is inside we've put the link where people can actually sign up for a one-on-one consultation with VLynn and myself. And normally we don't do just a half-hour session. Normally it's required that you sign up for a year. And I know that's a huge investment for a lot of people. So this gives you an opportunity to really have the experience with us. Usually when people are saying, I want to spend a few minutes with you, they know that we know what we're doing. And so this allows them the opportunity to make a small investment in order to get one-on-one attention. And actually, I want to go ahead and I'm going to show what that link is to get the one-on-one. Let's see, did I spell it right? I sure did. Okay. I'm dyslexic, so it's like whatever. But it's like I have to make sure that the links work. But this would be the link if you want to do a one-on-one session with VLynn and myself. It's a 30-minute session. You get the recording to the session. We actually outline recommendations, and I'll tell you, in 30 minutes, we can get a lot done. We're very intuitive in the way that we operate in business. We can look at a situation. You get a pre-session assessment. It's actually called, we didn't call it an assessment.
It's an information submission form.
Information submission form. Okay, that is the official name. So anyway, if you're interested in having that one-on-one with VLynn and myself, that's the link that you go to. You make the small investment of $197. You get a link to our calendar. You pick the time and day, and I'll tell you, we probably will go beyond the 30 minutes. So don't plan just 30 minutes, plan for an hour. And our goal is that you walk away with great information that will help you to take your business to the next level. So that's a real good example of you don't just do one thing. What's the next thing? And then the next thing, if it seems like this is a great fit, we may say, we would like to work with you on a more ongoing basis, or we might say, great. Here's your information. Best of luck. And I mean, we definitely will look at whether or not we're a fit, because if we're not a fit for somebody, here's a great example. If you're a restaurant that your focus is a steakhouse, we're not a fit for you. That it just isn't going to happen. And we probably would encourage you not to sign up for a one-on-one, because it would be very, very difficult for VLynn and I to make recommendations on how to grow a steakhouse. That's just the fact of the matter.
Absolutely. And I loved how you really talked about the next thing, because that's really key in development and mapping out your business success. One of the things that we are clear about is the blueprint for mapping out your business success. And we've given you various things, tools, and strategies, pieces of the strategies to do that for yourself. We're actually right now putting together a business strategy workshop. It's going to be several hours. You're going to have to block that time out. But what we intend to do is deliver in this workshop something where you can walk out and have your 12-month plan.
Mm-hmm.
And we're, again, doing that for ourselves right now. If you've done it for yourself and you can still come to the workshop, you can hone in on it. One of the things that we're big on as well is seeing opportunities for others. We may know somebody. If you're looking for this type of collaboration, we may know somebody who would be great fit for you to collaborate with. We'll make that recommendation. We'll make that connection. And you may meet someone in the room. We've recently had a masterclass where we spoke on it was on visibility amplified, and a little smidge of the information we delivered was on nonprofit for-profit partnering. We had 2 people in the group to actually say, this was such valuable information. I'm going out to find somebody to partner with. One was a nonprofit, one was a for-profit. They connected and they created a collaboration. And with that said, do we have the link for our upcoming masterclass?
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
I'll keep talking while you bring the link.
Okay, I'm going to go look for that.
On October 11th at, I forgot what time. I think it's noon Eastern. We will be doing a 90-minute masterclass diving deep into the subject of nonprofit for-profit partnering, and really how to make that kind of a collaboration work. It's not just, over the top surface ideas that we'll be giving. We're going to give you sound strategies and steps in order to make this happen. And it's a huge investment of $7. I love saying that. But we want to know that those who are coming are really committed to understanding how they can grow business, how they can start new relationships that can lead to new business, how they can reach out to people that they know in one or the other space that they know that they're aligned with, but never even thought about the opportunity that this kind of a strategy could work for them. What we create are win-win-win-win situations through collaborative business. And this is just one of them. And we want to share that with you. So October 11th, you've probably seen some of our promotional stuff on it already. And if you haven't, you will, because it's going out there. And thank you, Kathleen, for working your magic, girl.
I was in there just click, 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 click. And it's interesting because it's like in the past, I would have gotten so stressed out about that. It's like, oh my gosh, I've got to find it. And I'll tell you, I heard Reba McEntire. Is it Reba McEntire, the country and Western singer? She's on America's Got Talent or The Voice.
I don't know if she's on anything, but she is a country singer.
Yeah, and it was actually The Voice. It was last night, one of my favorite shows, and she wasn't selected by this one contestant. She goes, I'm sorry you didn't pick me, but I do want to give you one bit of advice. She goes, and this one you can take to the bank. Have fun. She goes, no matter what you're doing, have fun. If you're having fun, it'll never be like work ever, ever, ever. And that's the main thing that we look at too in the clients we work with, in what we do in our business is have fun, don't get stressed. Because I'll tell you, so many of the problems that people have that they get all stressed out about, these are, if you will, first world problems. These are luxury problems. These are not problems. These are
it's not like I don't have anything to eat. I don't have any place to sleep. These
exactly,
are
been there, done that. Been there, done that. Seriously,
yes,
at one point in my life.
Double next level problems that
absolutely
these solutions are not only workable, but these are solutions that we're bringing in that you're going to be in the front of the pack utilizing them, because not only do most people not know about them, most people don't have the types of connections and ability to connect in order to make some of these things happen. So we're going to share our knowledge on how you can pull together nonprofit, for-profit collaborations that work for both of you, that give you the opportunity to grow your audience, to grow your revenue. And, for us, it's also about making a bigger impact in the world.
Absolutely.
What kind of impact are you making? Let's make it bigger.
Absolutely. And to do it having fun. Yesterday, we actually had a situation where we were just laughing and laughing and laughing so much. I got a bellyache. We were laughing so hard, but we take our business very, very seriously, but we don't take ourselves seriously. It's like we have fun at what we're doing. We take what we do with our clients very seriously, as should you. That's part of your strategic plan too, is make sure that you're giving the value that people invest in your services for. That is so important. And if you truly can look at yourself in the mirror and you can say, I give so much value, then it's a good day. If you feel like you're slighting anybody in any way, and not a good day, you need to go back to the drawing board and really look at where are your values. Are you aligned? But with that, VLynn, we've over-delivered again today. We usually go about 20 minutes. Today, we've gone a little bit longer than that. And I just want to say, truly a delight working with you.
Same here, Kathleen.
I love what's unfolding for us and what's unfolding for our clients, and lots of stuff coming up in the future. So we encourage you to sign up at veganvisibility.com/VVP-MC VLynn-NP-FP. That's a lot to remember. Just look at the link right there, write it down. Go ahead and sign up. It's $7 and you'll get a taste of what we do in our training. So with that, VLynn,
share the message with your friends. Nonprofit, for-profit partnering is a great way to move both businesses forward. And we don't look at a nonprofit as being an entity that's just looking for handouts.
right.
Nonprofits are businesses, just like for-profit businesses. They should have strategic plan and the strategic goals themselves. And we will be sharing more about our business development, our business roadmap that we're going to be putting together, workshop that we're going to be putting together, or that we are putting together. And so you'll find out about that. That's one of our next things from the Nonprofit for-profit partnering masterclass. So join us, invite your friends. Wonderful to be here today. Thank you for watching. Leave us a comment in the comment section and reach out. Let us know you're listening, watching. And if you've got a topic that you'd like for us to address, let us know.
Absolutely.
Let us know.
All right.
Kathleen.
Okay. Always
amazing.
a pleasure. Take care.